Manus, Meta Ads. It's John Morgenstern. I lead investment, all things paid media for VaynerMedia, Gary V's ad agency. This is me screen recording in Meta Business Suite in my personal little business manager sandbox. Manus AI, acquired by Meta, I believe in December 2025, and integrated as of this week into everyone's Meta Business Suite globally. I believe at one point in time it was partially rolled out, but to my understanding, everyone has access to this in their business suite, certainly in the US. You can access it going to your business manager settings, to all tools. You'll see Manus AI pop up under Manage. This is the literal first time I am opening this up and checking this out. It has been the tippy top of my list for this week to do, so bear with me. Perhaps we'll see how intuitive this interface is, but I have not touched Manus before. I will be vulnerable enough with you all to happily admit that. But let's check it out. The promise of Manus is kind of for Meta's walled garden, Facebook IG ad account, organic creators. The AI Claude codification of that world. If you're like me and you've been playing around in Claude Code, you may already have been noticing that when trying to build little bits and pieces of technology using Meta APIs and developer documentation, it had been somewhat difficult and was getting increasingly difficult. For example, not being able to input Meta developer documentation web pages. Like Claude would be like, hey, not allowed to read that, have to copy and paste. This is how walled garden life tends to go, where at some point the platform, ropes off a lot of their core assets, often not all, but a lot of their core assets, where it just becomes the most seamless, easiest, most robust, powerful to play within the tools they provide versus a 3P layer that sits atop and across. Obviously, the trade-off is, Manus may be able to kick butt in the world of Facebook, Instagram, Threads, WhatsApp, groups, commerce, creators, owned, earned, paid in Meta's family of apps. But will it be seamless, integrated with TikTok, with Google YouTube, with Snap, with Amazon? Like, no. That's where a lot of these, hyperscalers are ultimately in competition. So there will always be a need for both, but we are big believers in the platforms tend to subsume the functionality within their tools, offer it for free. All of it is in service of ad spend and monetization of their platform, so the incentives are aligned. So if I were you, I would plan on it being the Manus way or the highway in terms of, AI insights, actioning, agentic layers atop of the world of Meta in particular. That could change, could see alliances be formed or fall between, say a Meta and even a Gemini was rumored, or Meta and Anthropic, or Amazon and Perplexity. So, these folks can ally up, but walled gardens like to play with their own toys, like to own the perfect data or most robust data sets for themselves. So if you're wondering why, you have to take Manus seriously versus ChatGPT or Claude and try and make work on Meta, it's like Meta is quite literally giving you no other choice. They're shutting off as many faucets, hoses as possible amongst their peers. They disabled the ChatGPT text bot in WhatsApp several months back. Just 50 million DAU, snap their fingers, gone. They want to own it. So would take Manus very seriously, if for no other reason than that. We'll see how it is as of today. But even as of today, these product evolution cycles are so crazy fast and accelerating in terms of that speed. So even if today, February 18th, it's not totally kick-ass, by literally next week, there could be a whole new world of improvements here to these existing tasks that I see, and many, many others. And the ability, I would imagine, to basically be able to build purpose-built, very specific kind of micro apps, pocket apps, whatever you want to call it, to do specific workflows for you within the meta universe. Maybe like a hyper-local creators at scale sort of play. Things you used to be able to have to go through app review for, go through a whole lot of dev, product, approvals, permissioning, like vibe coding, all sorts of interconnected, awesome solutions. Within Manus, your limitations just being a function of what do you have admin access to versus user access, what's read-only, how cross-disciplinary do you sit, are you able to access or integrate in partner access with Facebook pages, Instagram handles, ad accounts, data sets and pixels, offline data sets, WhatsApp, messaging, shop, creator, marketplace. And the more you can kind of play that interconnected world of meta tapestry, I think the more potent it can be. That is at least what I hope as one such person that sits across a lot of those dimensions horizontally and wants to connect them more. Versus if all you do is ads. Sure, I'm sure this will be very helpful with ad account reporting and analytics metrics, but that's already where, Meta has gone a long way in helping automate your day-to-day. Though, there's always more optimization that can be done. Your mix can always be better tuned, more performant, more impactful. The job is never done. That's both the exciting thing about what we do and the hard thing. All right. I'm just going to go in one by one. This is not pre-planned or prepared, and just start cooking. All right? Bear with me. Part 2 coming up now, so I don't lose memory.